All right, guys, and welcome back to part two of the epic New Year unboxing. I got all my enclosures ready. It took a little bit to do, but we've got them all ready. Now it's time to get a look at each one of these spiders. That's the most exciting part of the video, right? Oh, by the way, just want to kind of update you guys. It was BJ's Magnificent Mystery that I received, and it was this one right here, and that was, of course, one. You can only get one of their mystery spider, darn it. But this is the one that I was certain was what I was after. And, of course, in the big reveal that they had a couple of weeks ago, yes, it was actually what I thought it was. But for right now, kind of looks like your typical New World terrestrial tarantula. I'm wondering if maybe just a stick, I could convince it to back out for me. Doesn't really want to do that, so we are going to have to do a little work here with pulling them out and seeing if we can get them open. I may pause and resume since I have so many tarantulas to unravel. I may pause during parts like this and resume right before I release the tarantula into its enclosure. But here is our first peek at our very first Brachypelma smithi. And I must say it looks a little lighter than most Brachypelma slings I've ever had. They're all supposed to be about 1 inch. I would say unless that thing was really stretching out that it is quite shy of that mark. But that's okay. I am just excited to have this species in my collection. And of course, like slings do, they don't want to move from the spot they were just in. Try to scoot this one. There, it's on the substrate. I wanted it to go down in the burrow, but it didn't, but it will find it. We've got a lot of unboxings to do, so let's move on. All right, and so Brachypelma smithi number 2. Just as tiny of a little creature. Now, I was contacted by Tanya probably 2 or 3 weeks ago saying that I was going to love these guys. They were starting to show some adult colors. Haven't seen that yet, but we still got a long ways to go. But an interesting backstory on this package that I got that I forgot to cover in the beginning. I purchased these tarantulas last month, the very beginning of the month, and they were actually a birthday present for myself. There is Brachypelma smithi number 2. I actually got these guys as a birthday present for myself, and then when they got ready to ship, I had to leave town for work, and I was going to be gone for a couple of days, knowing that they were going to be putting heat packs in the stuff they sent out, and then it would be a couple of days before I would get to the spiders. I did not want the spiders sitting in a box with a heat pack for two days, 3 days possibly, so I emailed them and said, can we do it next week? And then work popped up the next week, and we couldn't do it. Then the weather changed, and it got cold, and they couldn't do it. And then after that, the holidays came along, so now, New Year, new set of tarantulas. I'm really excited. There is Brachypelma smithi number 2. Let's move along. All right, and so here we go. Brand new tarantula number 3. This is another Brachypelma smithi, ready to come out into its new home. And like I said, I got these guys for my birthday last month, and then between my work schedule and weather and the holidays, it got put off. It's been over a month. It's been at least 5 weeks since I placed the order on these guys, so I have definitely been anxiously awaiting their arrival. I just couldn't wait to get these guys. When I found out that they were for sale, I just was beside myself. These guys are not as readily available in the States. Again, there's lots of confusion on these guys between them and the Hamori. But I know in like the UK and Europe, they have a lot more of the awesome Brachypelma species, especially adults. I don't know why, but they do. And there goes Smithy number 3. Very close to its new little burrow. Let's move on. Here we go with B Smithy number 4. Now that one, I wish that the camera could convey it, but this one is actually starting to kind of show some of its adult colors a bit. And it's so close to the front, I'm actually wondering if I can't like coax it out. Maybe. So far, each one of these little slings has been kind of calm and just pretty chill. You just really can't see it very well on the camera. But there is, oh, as it retreats inside. Now I know I'll have to remove the tissue and pull the tarantula out. This is Brachypelma smithi number 4. Gonna pause right here, by the way. Alright, so I know you guys were getting bored with watching me unravel the paper towel over and over again. Not quite the gorgeous markings they have as an adult, but you can see that the character of this little spiderling is starting to take shape, and it tells you which species it is. And that one is the most flighty of all so far, but it is now in its new home and settling in. Let's move on. Alright, so here is Brachypelma smithi number 4. Now you will notice that these enclosures are pretty simple, just some substrate and a hide and a couple of pieces of foliage. I will try to add some other stuff later on, but seeing as how this is a work night, I'm a bit crunched for time, especially since I had to make up all these enclosures. That took a good chunk of the time that I usually use in the evenings after work to get ready for the next day. So now I'm just in kind of a rush. So again, that's why I paused there, and I'm probably going to pause right here. All right, and so we've got number 4 unrolled. Its abdomen is a bit darker than the rest of them, so it might be in a pre-molt. We don't know, but you can still kind of see, even as tiny as they are, some of the characteristics of their beautiful parents. I really love the Brachypelma genus. They're just, not only are they so close by, but they are also like a really gorgeous tarantula genus. So many beautiful species. And the Talitocotls as well, which were Brachypelmas. They are gorgeous. Now you can start to see a little bit of markings there, but there's no colors yet. But you can see those markings. That has been Brachypelma smithi number 5. We got 2 more T's to go. Let's move on. Alright, so here is Brachypelma smithi number 6. I have some big plans for these guys down the line, hopefully. So that, like I said, that is why I got so many of them, besides the fact that I've really been desiring these guys for a while now, and when I found them for sale. It was like, I've got to get what I can. I plan to do some things with them later on when they get a little bigger. Um, Selling, trading, breeding, I'm not sure yet. Who only knows what the next decade will bring with these tiny little guys right here, and what will become of all of that. Now we've got one more tarantula left after this little guy right here, and that is the freebie, which again, that was the first one that ran into its burrow. I know you missed that, but there it is. That is all of my new highly anticipated tarantulas now rehoused. 6 Brachypelma smithy. Now we've got a freebie coming up, so stay tuned. All right, so last but certainly not least is my freebie, a Brachypelma that I do not have, and up until I had kind of seen them available at Fear Not as a freebie, hadn't really looked up and looked at and knew what they looked like and everything, and then realized that they were as beautiful as they are, so I decided it would make a really nice freebie, and of course would just kind of round out the whole Brachypelma thing. Now, of course, this thing's going to be quite drab and unassuming at this point, but this is the formerly Brachypelma, now Tolitocatl, very hard thing to say, Epicureanum, the Yucatan rust rump. This one is quite tiny. It'll be a few years before it reaches its full potential, probably a year and a half, 2 years before we get like adult colors out of it. But its abdomen right now looks to be quite dark and shiny, so it may already be in a pre-molt, which would be really awesome. But there we go, guys. There's all of my new additions. There is my first video of the decade. I realize it's not like Hollywood style like most of those guys out there, but I'm not really into that aspect of it. I just want to entertain you guys and maybe even educate you. I could not be more excited about the new additions and the new year and the new decade. Let's see what it holds in store for all of us. Guys, keep them if you got them. Whatever creepy crawlies you like, keep them if you got them. Take care of yourselves and each other. And don't forget, guys, we got to love on each other because this whole world has just gone crazy. And anything that we got to do, our little tiny groups, like our little families, anything that we share interest with or passions about or whatever, cling on to those people because it's important. It's important that we love on each other. I'm rambling, so I'm going to end it right here. I really hope that you did enjoy my videos. If this is your first time watching a video of mine, I'm not always this rambly and boring. And if it's not your first time, well, welcome back. And again, thank you for your views. Thank you for your support. Catch you guys on the flip side. Happy New Year. God bless.